What's up, Kryptonians? Today I'm talking about a movie called Caught Stealing, which of course came out last month. Continues the string of movies that I should have reviewed a while ago, and I didn't. Now I'm reviewing them now, when everybody else has probably already seen them. I can't even remember when this one came out. Was it late August, or was it early September? Either way, I got the same words for you that a wise old wizard once said. A movie reviewer is never late, nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to, even if it's late. This film is directed by Darren Aronovsky. Darren Aronovsky, obviously, he's been into a lot of dark, heavy shit if you look at his movies and his filmography. Most notably, he directed Black Swan. He also directed The Whale a couple of years ago, which did get Brendan Fraser an Oscar, so there is that. You've got Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz, Regina King, Liev Schreiber, Vincent D'Onofrio, Matt Smith also in this movie. The movie takes place in the late 1990s. And in the late 90s, you've got Austin Butler's character. He plays this character named Hank. He's like chilling with his girlfriend in New York. He's a bartender. It's all good. But when his crazy neighbor leaves and goes to handle some stuff, all of a sudden there's a bunch of gangsters and warlords and criminals that are after him, and he gets caught into this big underground scheme. And of course, he has to get to the bottom of it while running away from people trying to kill him, while also trying to protect the people that he cares about and figuring out why he got caught up in all of this. And that's basically the movie. Darren Aronofsky, he's been into some shit, man. He's been into a lot of dark movies, some heavy thematic movies. He's dabbled in horror. He's dabbled in a lot of psychological shit. So some people might find his films to be a little bit too dense or a little bit too heavy or whatever. This is probably, I can say confidently, one of the most fun, straightforward, and easily accessible films that Darren's ever made. The direction for this movie, the pacing, the tone, everything about this movie feels very light on its feet. It's a movie that has a breezy, smooth vibe. It also has some brutality and some violence to it that you're maybe not expecting. Following Hank on this trip into this underground world with all these criminals and these gangsters, these Russians, everybody's after him, and you're kind of enjoying yourself. And every so often something happens where you're like, oh shit, wow, okay, things just got real. Maybe I shouldn't be laughing as much as I am. The movie is well shot. It's got good cinematography. It captures the nightlife of New York in the late 90s pretty well. Austin Butler really carries this movie on his back. He is just oozing that kind of smoldering charisma that I think everybody likes to see. He's a character that obviously has, some toughness and some bravado to him, but there's also a lot of trauma and tragedy under the surface. In fact, his character is probably the most compelling, most interesting person in the entire story. Zoe Kravitz is also good in the movie. She's not in the movie that much, but I liked her when she was there. She has really good chemistry with Hank's character. Also, if you're a baseball fan, you're going to appreciate this movie. It's a movie that obviously features baseball and a lot of baseball stuff. The San Francisco Giants are constantly referenced. Like I said, everybody all around is really fun. Regina King is really good. This is probably one of the more extended roles I've seen from her in a few years. I think the most fun performances in the movie is Liev Schreiber, I'm not sure how to say that, Vincent D'Onofrio, who plays his brother in the movie, and then Matt Smith. I think those are easily the most fun performances of the entire movie. These guys are chewing up the scenery. These guys are perfectly hammy enough to make the scenes that they're in believable and give it that comedic edge without feeling like they're in a completely different movie. And if you just like excitement, if you just like intensity and you like entertainment, this movie's gonna provide that. There are plenty of chase sequences in the movie. There's some pretty intense shootouts that happen throughout the movie. It's one of those turn your brain off and enjoy the ride type of movies, or, take you out to the ball game, that type of thing. Sadly, when people describe movies and they say this movie is more style over substance or whatever, like, that can apply to a lot of different movies. It definitely applies to this one. There is very little to no character work in this movie. The main character, Hank, he gets a lot to do. He has an arc that makes sense. It really makes you feel compelled to root for him as a character. Everyone else in the movie is pretty much a shallow, thin, cookie cutter archetype of the type of character that would exist in a mafia or mob-based story like this. Sadly, most of these other supporting characters don't really get much to do. They don't get to explore much beyond the base level archetypes that we know that they're playing in this movie. In particular, the lack of Zoe Kravitz. Like, I thought Zoe Kravitz was gonna have a bigger role in this movie, and unfortunately she doesn't. It's kind of disappointing what they end up doing with her. I would say the script here is fairly simple. There's maybe like one moment in the movie where it gets a tad bit too convoluted for its own good. But for the most part, like I said, it's simple, it's straightforward. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of twists or turns in a story like this. The script doesn't have a lot of surprises or asymmetry aces up its sleeve. Doesn't throw you any curveballs, so to speak. I'm sorry, I just wanted to throw one more baseball metaphor in there. Okay, I'm done. The twists that do exist in the movie are fairly obvious to see coming. It's a very transparent script in that way. I would say the bigger issue is that the longer the movie goes on, especially as we get towards the third act, there are some big narrative leaps in this script that are just a little bit too hard for me to completely buy into. I'm okay if they happen every now and then, or I'm okay if the movie is so good that you can kind of forgive it, but when this starts happening over and over again and it feels like the entire third act of the movie is stacked on this, yeah, it just took me out of the movie a little bit. I was just kind of like, I don't think this would be happening. I don't think this makes sense. Why did this happen when earlier? Okay, you know what? I'm just not gonna ask questions. In the end, Caught Stealing was a fun, breezy, entertaining ride. It's one of the more accessible movies Darren Aronovsky's done. I would recommend it, and I would definitely watch it again. Caught Stealing didn't quite knock this one out of the park, but it at least landed a double or an RBI. I'm gonna leave this one in the Silver Age for Man of Steel. All right, guys, promise no more baseball-related analogies or metaphors for the rest of the video, although the video is almost over. So, guys, those are my thoughts on Caught Stealing. What did you think about it? Tell me what your favorite Darren Aronofsky film ever made is. Put that in the comment section below. Please like and subscribe to the Superfan Show, and if you like what you see, tell me how you feel, and stay tuned to hear more from the Man of Steel. Peace.